Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Occy Tipsters podcast number, I forget, but thank you for joining in. Occy, I'm going to knock that voice off and get back to my real voice in a couple of seconds.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. It's Occy here, mate. Basically, fantastic. Thank you for joining in again. We're going to do a quick recap because I suspected in one of our podcasts, I think it was number 1 or 2, that the Magpies, Collingwood would go shithouse. I thought they would go shithouse, and they are. So I've got a big tick there. So that's pretty good. And I thought that the Bombers would be a bit of a wild card, and they've upset a couple of people. They got smacked back down to reality, but I still think they're a little bit of a wild card. But I'm really impressed with my selection of the Collingwood being shit. But and furthermore, this was an NRL prediction that I had. I thought Manly and the Titans, this was when they were both going shit, would be wild cards, and actually I thought Manly would jump up the table and actually cause headaches and become possibly a top 4 contender. I said so. I'm on fire, and I said the Panthers would be top of the table, and I said not many people would be able to beat them, and that's a really good fucking tip.
Now that's an Occy promise.
Yeah, it fucking is.
It's gonna win.
Yeah, it's gonna win. But so while we're talking about sports, I'll keep fucking forgetting, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about some soccer, because there's the Champions League, which is like this soccer game against the best teams in all of Europe. And I don't know how Chelsea made it, but they did. And they made it, and they're playing against Man City. And so I think, obviously, Man City's going to win. It pains me to say that. It pains me that Chelsea and Man City are in there, being a United fan myself. Yeah, we've got a same game multi posted for our sport members, but I'll give you a tip. It's pretty easy. City's going to finally win a Europe medal or cup or whatever you want to fucking call it, and. And in the Europa League, the spot down, my team, Man United, they're going to win. They're going to beat Villarreal. Yeah, they're going to fucking win. They're going to win another Europa League. They should be in the big dance. They've gone, one. They're going to come second, obviously, to Man City. They've re-signed Edison Cavani. There's talk of getting all these new players. Mate, they're on fire. We'll probably give Man City a big shake.
Yeah.
Get them down now for next season to win the title, because in the English Premier League, because they're going to win.
The rest?
All right, so that's a little bit of soccer. Now... While we're here, I just want to, while I'm gloating, I may as well stay fucking gloating. Sorry, guys. Sorry. But on Sunday in Sha-Tin, we tipped 7 out of 10. That's me and Mr. Asia. Our top pick was, our biggest winner was $17. That was United We Stand, and we also got a $14 winner. And last night at Happy Valley, we got our biggest winner was Chang Bi Chi, which was a $12 winner, and we got 7 out of 9. So, that's why people sign up to my service, is because we are on fire and we crush all over the world, not just in Australia. So, anyway, so basically, I really wanted to I'm talking about a couple of things tonight. I'm talking about a horse that I really like, SAVATOXL, the DOOMBEN Cup, and we're talking about Hong Kong. So basically, SAVATOXL, this was planned last week, right? This was planned. Doomben's later, all right? Get you settled down, all right? Settle down. Doomben's later. SAVATOXL, I did tip it, but last week it was already planned, because it won a group race. So we were pretty excited about that. Here's a horse. It started in Darwin. It's gone to Adelaide. It was a Group 3 winner. And it's got all this fucking pace, right? It's got that big dick energy where it just smashes its way to the front. And now, last weekend, it's just got its first Group 1. I tipped it, like I said, and it's going to have tremendous fun at Moonee Valley, Caulfield, and in its home state of Adelaide now. But
it's gonna win.
This time last year, it was in Darwin, racing in Darwin and Alice Springs. It's just crazy, to think, people say that's where you send your horses when, you can't get a winner. And now this one's done the reverse. I thought I could do that. I may as well find some journeys of other horses. And I noticed that Beau Jest won its maiden hurdle race in New Zealand. And I was bloody impressed, right? Because I've been following it recently in New Zealand. And I thought, shit, this horse travels. Because it was a Dolphin horse a few years back, right?
Yeah.
And it got sold to a Singapore trainer, what's his name, Mark Walker. And it had won some pretty good fucking races in Singapore. Now it's gone to New Zealand. Anyway, I'm doing a bit of research here, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it turns out it's a different fucking horse. It's got a New Zealand name. So follow both of them. They're both bloody good horses, just got the same name. So that's So that's what you do when you do a little bit of research. You make a goose of yourself on national broadcasting, but you're meant to not talk about it. The Doomben Cup. This is another recap if we want to talk about it. ZAKI, the one I found the very first episode at $123 in its very first race in Australia. I tipped it and it came fifth, 3 lengths away from Cascadian in the Doncaster. And now it's favourite for the Doomben Cup. And it's it's come second by nose in a Group 3, and it's won a Group 2 in the Hollandane Stakes. So Occy finds them. I find them. I don't know how I find them, but I find them. I've got a special. A special little fucking recipe. Don't worry.
Now that's an Occy promise.
Fucking hope it is. But now, now it's a little bit short for Occy odds. But I've placed a little bit of something on it earlier. So, you know, in the all-outs, all-ins, in the all-in market. But, you know, there's a couple of other horses in this race. One of my favourites that I found last year, Toffee Tongue. I found that and, you know, like that was a real special horse. I really liked that. You know, that could definitely do something in this race. There's Sir Dragonet or Dargent. Avilius is always, you know, they're all the usual suspects, right? So, you know, it is a hotly contested race. Don't forget to put those in your all-ups and, you know, your fucking exotics, blah, blah. I'm going to give you a couple of free tips here.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
That's it. We're going to give a couple of free tips away, all right? So I've got a best bet. Race 9 in Doomben. It's a bargain. All right, Rose Hill, race 8. Cowan's Lane, sorry, each way. So get on that each way, all right? Especially the odds that you hear now. They are fucking flying, all right? Now, the next part of the segment is going to be Hong Kong. We're going to talk about Chad's 200th. We're going to talk about a couple of group races. We're going to talk about the extension, the Hong Kong Jockey Club's going into China. But I'm going to have a little bit of a rest. You know I like to have a cigarette. So that's what I'm going to do now. Stay tuned because you're my mofos and I might give you a free tip. Stay tuned. All right, Hong Kong. Sha-Tin on the weekend has 2 Group 1s, the Vase and the Chartered Champions Chartered Cup. This whole winter has some big, fat, juicy racing from overseas, especially in Hong Kong. And Occy's the place to find out about these races, especially in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So we're going to kind of start with the Chartered Champions Cup. Exalt is going for its 3rd straight with Aussie Zach Purden on board. It looks like it's going to be obviously the favourite, but it looks like it's going to win just because like Golden 60 has won everything this season, but it's been spelled by its trainers and connections because they had not set it up this preparation for a race that would be 2,400 meters. If they were to race and win, they would have got the Triple Crown bonus, which is 10 million Hong Kong dollars plus the big cash, plus the 6.8 million winners cash. So, like, I guarantee the connections would have had a sleepless night thinking, could we push it? But yeah, like, definitely, like, but they've decided not to, and they're thinking of doing it possibly next year, going for the Triple Crown. But Exultant is like, the further the better. Like, they're even thinking like it could be a 2-mile horse. And if it does win, and ZAKI gets the win, that means it's 5 straight wins at this Group 1 for an Aussie jockey, because it goes those 3 with Exultant and Aussie Zach on board. Tommy Berry taking it out with Pakistan Star in 2008. Shuey Bowman with Weathered in 2017. And while we're talking, where's Pakistan Star? I miss that horse, you know, like, can we do a Where Are You Now maybe next week? Because I miss Pakistan Star. Where Are You Now? We're talking about jockeys, Aussie jockeys in Hong Kong. Big ups to Chad Schofield. He's now got his 200th win.
You done good.
In Hong Kong. Massive achievement. And it gets more exciting because he's got the ride of Fantastic Treasure. I think it won 5 straight. That you know, and that little horse is exciting. You know, they've just spelled it, and it's a ripper. And he's riding it like a plum. He had a little bit of an off night last night at Happy Valley. Zach was sick, which led to Joe Moreira riding down the house, getting six victories. So he's kicked away in the premiership there, which doesn't look good. But that's not that upsetting. In other major news in Hong Kong and the Hong Kong Jockey Club, they're going to invest $4 billion in mainland China to make their own state-of-the-art stadium or racetrack, which will seat, I think, 8,000 race goers. Obviously, $4 billion gets you a lot. I'm not going to say that any money gets taken off the top to get wheels moving over there, but it's obviously like they want to show like that it's leisurely activity. It's going to be non-wagering. So you can't bet on these races in mainland China. I think it's similar to how Chung Fa, how they've got it set up there, which they're going to have some races, exhibitions, stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be like for the billionaires, the rich and the famous, the top notch, and then after a while there might be delayed broadcasts, or in the future we might be able to bet on them. I'm not sure, but it is a step forward to getting more races out of Hong Kong, which is growing the sport, and I think there may be even some breeding going on there, which Hong Kong doesn't have much room, and China's got a whole bunch. So that's really good. That's fantastic. I promised you a tip, and I think Exalt will win that.
It's gonna win.
But I might give you one more. I'll flick through my phone if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. It means a lot. Now, there's a few little Pike. Pike's going to be riding at Belmont. Pike in the 1st, the 3rd, the 7th. There you go.
Ring a ding ding.
I don't give you anything, people. That's the love. I'll give you a lot, right? And, sign up. All right, Facebook page is Occy & Co. Tipsters. Our Instagram is Occy Tipster. Website is www.occytipsters.com.au. Like us, subscribe, follow us. We give free tips on the Facebook page as well as Instagram. So just like us, follow us, subscribe, do all that shit. Show us some love. We'll show you love back. So that's it. I'm signing out. I hope you had some fun. Cash out. There, that's the machines, mate. We're making money. Man is going to win too. Bye.
Sign up now, www.occytipsters.com.au.